You like it?
What's up, Keto fam? Welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm Winnie.
I'm Nina.
And we are
It's Winina.
We are the #1 channel on YouTube for everything keto, wellness, and weight loss. So if that is something that you are intrigued in, subscribe.
All right, you guys are in for a special treat today because we are going to be whipping up something great in the kitchen. We have an oldie but goodie, meatloaf.
Yeah.
But not just any kind of meatloaf. We're putting a little bit of a Mediterranean spin on it. This is not your grandma's meatloaf. So stay tuned because we're about to start whipping it up. All right, so for the ingredients you're going to need for this recipe, obviously you can't make meatloaf without meat. So we are using 2 pounds of turkey. That's because we prefer turkey. You can definitely use beef or a mixture of both if you'd like. Also, like I said before, we're kind of putting a little bit of Mediterranean spin on it. So we're going to be putting in some chopped up spinach and some feta cheese. Stay with me, it's gonna be delicious because what's binding all of that together, this right here, some tomato pesto. Delicious. Unlike ketchup. Ketchup is also delicious, but not needed for this recipe. Lastly, we are going to need some breadcrumbs, but since we're keeping it keto, we are using pork rinds, ground up pork rinds to bind this together.
Yummers.
And then some other honorable mentions. We have a variety of seasons here, however you like to season your food. We've got some minced garlic and we've got some eggs. All right, so let's start by putting our meat in a bowl and then seasoning it however you should choose.
I'm gonna start off by putting 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. Everything else, freestyling it. I got time for all of that.
What is it?
Sofrito.
Freestyling it, all right.
Oh, yeah, Nina's the queen of measuring. Go with the flow.
It's for people that might not have any experience with cooking and don't know how to go with the flow.
We used to cook stuff. Mix everything up.
All right, so next we are going to be adding our sun-dried tomato pesto. Now, since this is a keto recipe, it is worth noting that there are some carbs in here. There's 8 grams of carbs total with 5 grams of sugar. So if you don't want to have the carbs, you definitely don't have to use this kind of sauce, but you should use some type of tomato sauce to kind of give it a little bit of flavor, but feel free to use whatever tomato sauce works best for you. We're gonna be adding this today. We're just gonna put some generous scoops in here, probably about 3/4 of the jar. And then we're also gonna be adding in our pork rinds, our panko crumbs. And this is our substitute for breadcrumbs that we would normally use in any meatloaf.
Breadcrumbs are the devil.
But this just helps kind of give it that binding agent that we're gonna need to make sure that it gets nice and loaf-like instead of just being like flavored meat.
Our special guest will not be making an appearance tonight, you guys.
She might. Don't say her name too loud. She's like the candy man. And then we still have left to add our feta cheese, our spinach, and our eggs. All right, so up next we are adding our feta cheese. And if you don't like feta, that's too bad. Feta is delicious.
Feta sucks.
Well, you finna be eating this feta in this meatloaf, so I don't know what to tell you. Give it a little razzle dazzle. And then we also are going to be adding in some Parmesan.
This cheese is there.
And then what's still left to add is our chopped spinach and our eggs.
All right, you guys, next step, we are going to be cutting up some baby spinach. Add some healthiness to it.
You should be putting kale in it.
Nah, we're super straight on that.
Winnie hates kale.
That was disgusting.
Kale is very good for you.
Yeah. So is spinach. So once we're done with this, should be about 2 cups of spinach. All right, you guys, once you're done adding or chopping up the spinach, we're going ahead and add it to the mix. We're also adding 2 eggs. Make sure not to get any of the shell in the mix. Go ahead and get that a nice stir.
The best way to make meatloaf is to use your hands. All right, so you're gonna want to spray. Winnie took the time to thoroughly mix up our meat earlier, so now we're just going to be adding it into our pan. And honestly, I took this little spatula out, but it's just gonna be best placed in my hand.
She's a messy woman.
Sometimes utensils just get in the way. So you might be able to get everything in one pan. All right, and then the last thing that we are going to do is just put some plain tomato sauce on top, no salt added, because we like to keep our salt to a minimum over here. So you can use any kind of red sauce that you want. If you want to add more pesto, you can do that. If you want to put ketchup on top, you can do that. If you don't want any sauce at all, it's whatever works for you. So we're just putting a little bit of this on top. And I'm all out of parsley, but normally I put some parsley on top too.
You've been out of parsley for like 2 months.
Well, it's been longer than that. It's been like 2 years. We use it too much. That's the real problem. I think so. Yeah, I feel like it doesn't last long.
I feel like not, because it's we usually re-up on seasonings, and that's just one of those seasonings that have not been a priority.
I love keeping Italian seasoning in the house, and I feel like every time I get it, it doesn't last long.
Guys, we're not sure how to put meatloaf in the oven, but we're just gonna cover it for good measure.
I think that like probably towards the last few minutes, you'll want to take it off just to make sure that your tomato sauce can kind of get like baked and look nice.
To any of the viewers out there, please comment below your favorite keto recipe. Let us know. You might decide to make it, who knows? Yeah, we already have the oven set to 375, you guys. So don't mind the oven, we need to clean it.
And we're gonna just start with 20 minutes for now and then check on it, see how things are looking.
All right, you guys, we'll be back. Bye. All right, you guys, food is done. Gonna try it out.
Look alive.
It looks different.
Tastes good to me. Mm-hmm. What do you say, Mr. It looks different?
Tastes like chicken.
Nice and flavorful. It's well put together. I'm gonna serve this up with some mashed cauliflower rice and maybe some green beans. And you got yourself a meal? We need to have sleep right now. So that's all for this video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let us know in the comments if you try out this Mediterranean keto meatloaf. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe. As always, I'm Nina.
I'm Winnie.
And we'll see you next time. It's delicious.